Today's Small Business Saturday radio podcast is being brought to you by Noretta Family Medicine, cutting through the red tape of healthcare.
Good morning, Columbia, South Carolina, and to everyone in the Midlands, outside of the Midlands, outside of the state of South Carolina. Welcome to Small Business Saturday Radio, where we celebrate local entrepreneurs and small business owners who are building our communities and making a positive impact on our economy. I am Tazima, the owner of Sunrise Artisan Bath and Body, located in 5 Points. And today's conversation is going to be especially meaningful, at least to me. And I think as you guys listen, you'll understand why I feel that way. And it's going to be really meaningful for you too. So understand something. We're stepping into this new year, right? So of course we've got to talk about what our intentions are, where we want to be, what are our goals and all of that stuff, because that is one of the things that we're known for doing every new year. So now actually it's the perfect time to slow down, reset, and become more intentional about how we show up in our lives and our businesses. Today, we're focusing on mindfulness and yoga, practices that help us create clarity, balance, and resilience as we move forward. And I'm telling you guys, I know this from experience. So this isn't something I read in a book or saw on YouTube. This is something that I literally lived on both sides of it. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But I want you to understand that whether you're setting goals, releasing stress, or simply learning to breathe a little deeper, this conversation is about starting the year grounded and aligned. Because there's so many things going on around us, outside of us. There's all this noise. And so we have got to get aligned with our higher self. And what I'm not talking about some woo-woo, poo-poo, or whatever. I'm talking about there is a part of you, the witness in you, that understands that there is more to life than what we're witnessing. All the noise, all the chaos, all of that. Those are distractions. It's time for us to tap into who we are within. And so, Pamela Meriweather is a seasoned yoga instructor for over 20 years of with over 20 years of experience, beginning her yoga journey in 1999. She blends traditional yogic wisdom with accessible modern teaching to support strength, balance, and inner calm. As a senior teacher and mentor, Pamela integrates meditation and mindful practice into her classes, inspiring personal growth and well-being, both on and off the mat. Okay, that's really important, off the mat. Pam was also my teacher and continues to be my friend. Pamela, welcome to Small Business Saturday Radio. I'm so excited to have you in the studio.
Tazima, I am overjoyed to be here. This is truly a gift.
It really is. So a little bit of disclosure. Everything that I know about yoga started with Pam and the philosophical teachings of yoga. And I'm somebody who I kind of live in my head, I guess. So I'm always breaking things down. But Pam always had this way of answering our questions and trying to guide us as best as possible on what this journey was all about. Now, I fell off the wagon, and I'm going to tell you straight up. I'm going to tell the audience straight up. One of the worst things that I've probably done, and I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but one of the biggest mistakes I made was when I stopped practicing yoga. And I'm going to tell you why. When I was practicing, particularly with Pam, was, of course, one of the immediate benefits is the physical flexibility you obtain by doing the sun salutation. Something as simple as just do the sun salutation every day. And I had finally gotten to the point where I could bend over and touch my toes. And now I got to roll out of bed. Whereas before I could just jump up. My balance was there. I could do my tree pose. So if I had to nail something and twist my body and be on one leg, I could do it easily. And also there was a mental clarity that came with the practice, because Pam always talked to us about focusing on our breath while we're doing this movement. And in the beginning, especially if you're new to it, your mind is so focused on trying to do downward facing dog or, warrior one. Thinking about your breath is not what comes up. You're like, oh God, how long is she going to make us hold this posture? So, but focusing on the breath, the more you practice, you realize it takes you to a completely different place once you connect with that. So the first thing I want to ask you, Pam, what is it that drew you to yoga, and what is it that's kept you in it? Right?
Yeah. So in 1999, I was pregnant with my first child, and both of my parents were terminally ill.
Oh.
And I was caring for them, and we had really strong relationships. So they were like my best friends.
Okay.
So I really was drawn to yoga first as just sort of this tool to be more of a physical way to use movement to get strength for delivering a baby, and, just to really feel better in my physical body as it was shifting and changing. Mm-hmm. But what I discovered was that it was helping me deal with the grief and the excess of emotions that I had around the pending loss of my parents.
Wow.
So it grew from being something that I saw these physical benefits for, which were absolutely present, but that expanded into this tool that allowed me to really take refuge in myself, mm-hmm. to find some stillness and quiet inside, to feel comfort and safe from the inside out. Mm-hmm. And that was really through the deeper practices of meditation and breathing. As you're talking about, breathing is like life changer.
Yes. And you know what, it's like water. So I have people come in and come into the shop, and I'll start talking, because now I don't care if people know how old I am. I went through this whole phase where ageism and stuff like that, and then I began to realize that I am so fortunate to be in this space at this time, at my age, still fully aware. And so I'm not going to run from that, right? So when I tell people, for instance, that my oldest son is 48, okay? And when he comes in with his white beard and it's like, and people are like, oh my God. The thing is that it's like water. When you don't have wrinkles or anything, I'm like, water. People sleep on water. But yet all around us is water. Water is so powerful. So I drink a lot of water because I know the benefits. That's the way I think about breathing. Breathing is something we all do.
Right.
Right? Just like water is all around us. Become mindful about your breath. When we come back, we're going to talk about more of those breathing techniques. You're listening to Small Business Saturday Radio.
The City of Columbia's Office of Business Opportunities supports small business owners. We help minority, women, and veteran-owned businesses with loans, technical assistance, education, and advocacy. We're here to help business owners avoid mistakes. Contact us with questions and let us help. For more information, call 803-545-3950 or visit obo.columbiasc.gov. Together, we are Columbia.
Are you frustrated with the healthcare system and looking for a change? Then look no further. I'm Dr. Melissa Boylan with Noretta Family Medicine. We are a direct primary care office where we take the time to get to know you. For a reasonable monthly fee, we offer transparent billing and easy-to-access primary care for all ages. Noretta Family Medicine, cutting through the red tape of healthcare. Find out more by visiting NorettaFamilyMed.com. That's Noreta FamilyMed.com.
Are you looking for a luxurious way to pamper yourself? Look no further than Sunrise Artisan Bath & Body. Our plant-based soaps and lotions are designed to provide you with the ultimate experience. Our products are natural and nourishing, leaving you feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. So go ahead, treat yourself with Sunrise Artisan, which is more than a bath, it's an experience. Sunrise Artisan, located at 710 Saluda Avenue in 5 Points, or online at sunrisebath.com. Sunrise Artisan.
Looking for the perfect gift or a little something to brighten your day? Visit A Little Happy at 707 Saluda Avenue in 5 Points. Discover unique gifts, delightful accessories, and one-of-a-kind treasures, all carefully curated by our owner, Ashley Lindler. At A Little Happy, we believe in spreading joy through every item. So come on in, find your happy, and support local. Your next favorite thing is waiting.
And welcome back, everyone. Again, you're listening to Small Business Saturday Radio. I am Tazima, your host, and so proud, so honored. And if you guys could hear us talking during the break, I'm in the studio with my original yoga teacher. Well, she's more than a yoga. Okay, so let me break this down real quick. Pamela Meriweather is way more than a yoga teacher. Anybody can be a yoga teacher, seriously. I mean, and that's unfortunate too. You know, maybe we'll talk about that. Meaning, what I mean by that is that you can get certified online. Pamela has a school, and it was a school that I went through, and believe me, it was not the easiest thing. You didn't get your certificate just because you showed up, okay? No, we had, what do you call those, cheat cards? Like where you write down the flashcards. I mean, all of us in my class, we had stacks because the information that she was giving us was that intense, and you had to be able to pass that. So one of the things that I love about Pam, and we'll talk about that in her school, was that when you graduated from that, believe me, you knew what you were doing. It was just so obvious. But the reason why I'm saying that Pamela Merriweather is not just a yoga instructor, she is also a mentor. This is her passion, and she's willing to share her passion with others, and that's being in service to others. So she's so much more than a yoga instructor. I mean, you guys, I'm telling you, we'll talk about how you can reach out to her and everything before the show is over. But Pamela, I'm telling you, you're so much more. You understand what I'm saying? I know you're very humble.
I am humble.
You're very humble
by what you're saying.
But you're way more than just a yoga teacher.
Well, and I think I would turn that to say everyone listening, everyone out there is more than just their thoughts and their physical bodies. Yeah. We all are so much more than we think we are. Yeah, and that's what yoga really helps us to do, is to get beneath all the chatter and the chaos that surrounds us and fills our minds, and we feel it in the stress symptoms in our bodies. Mm-hmm. But yoga helps us to get beneath all of that to our true essence.
And you know what? That's the thing, is that it seems like, and I think we had this conversation many moons ago, I was always thinking about the fact that yoga in the West, that we've kind of marginalized it. I remember I used to get really frustrated when I would see people doing like downward facing dog on a what do you call those things you ride out into the ocean? The surfboard.
Yeah.
I'm like, or, tree pose on top of to me, that made it so superficial, and it took away from why is tree pose important, or why downward facing dog is important. And so it was just this physical thing. And then when you look at those folks that pretty much put yoga on the map for the rest of us, and you see them practicing, they're practicing like in India, like they don't have mats, they practicing on rocks,
Yeah.
It's like, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
well,
it's not that superficial thing. It's such a spiritual connection.
It is. And I have to say, I think whatever brings people to yoga is great.
Mm-hmm.
So even if it's styles of yoga that maybe don't resonate with me, some of those things you're describing, and that's sort of the way in. Our physical body is the way in because it's what we know. We know this body. And so I think it makes sense that, especially when yoga came to the West and came to the United States, that we approached it first as a purely physical practice. But what we soon learn, if we really keep going in an intentional way, is that there is no separation between our minds and our bodies. And if we're practicing in an authentic way, then we're going to start to feel this connection happening between our minds and our bodies that we haven't felt before.
Yeah, I love that. And you know what? When you were saying that, what it made me think about was that because the body follows the mind. And I think you were the one that taught me that. Like, so for instance, if I didn't love what I was doing, eventually, like if I'm like, oh God, I got to do this again, eventually my body begins to resist. So I'm showing up late or I'm making excuses for not wanting to be there because the body follows the mind. But when you love something, like in my case, I literally love making soaps and stuff like that. I can be down there till midnight. But then when I wake up, I'm really excited about what did that soap look like what is it going to look like when I cut it? So I don't feel that exhaustion.
Right.
You
and
know what
I think what you're really getting at is energy, because we're all made up of energy. It's all around us, everything in the universe, and energy follows thought. It all starts there. So what we're thinking about is where all of our energy is going.
Oh, yes.
And so when we're putting all of our energy and thought into what is negative, to what is frustrating or challenging in our lives,
fearful,
then that's what we're feeding. But if we can start to shift that energy back inward to a peaceful inward flow toward our truth and our essence inside, then we can stop being so pulled by all of the negativity and the chaos outside of us and start experiencing this real connection and groundedness within ourselves.
That's funny because I was just thinking the word groundedness. And that's the thing, right? Especially now. You know what? Actually, I've been wondering, with everything that's going on around us, on the outside of us, in the news, on social media, our phones, all these gadgets that we have, like, I would question, like, why is this happening now? And then I wonder if this isn't happening because humanity has got to turn the switch off. Like, we've gotten lost some kind of way in these distractions where we've separated ourselves from ourselves.
Right.
And so as a result of that, because of what you're talking about with energy and mind and intention and all of that, this is what we've created because we have disconnected from ourselves.
Yes.
Right? And this is what that looks like. When humanity disconnects from itself, fear is magnified, people fearing there's not enough, that's magnified, anger is magnified, differences are magnified. Everything that doesn't serve you is now magnified because you're not connecting to you.
Right. Because we're focused on all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not your power. You're not focused on your power.
Yes. And I think that's really one of the first and most subtle benefits that we start to experience is when our thoughts begin to shift through authentic yoga practice and meditation and breathing, those patterns that have been present in our minds that have been habitual and possibly not optimal, like taking us out of ourselves and taking us toward the chaos, those grooves start to shift and we create new pathways that draw us more into a peaceful place.
You know, it's interesting because one of the things that even to this day I remember that we learned in your school was about these grooves.
Yes.
Right? These grooves with the mind.
Yes.
And how it's so easy for that little ball to just roll back over into this deep groove that you've created through repetitiveness, you know, what you see life as. And now yoga is offering you a different way of seeing life. But it takes work to change that pathway.
Right.
Right? Talk about that a little bit, these
yeah.
grooves that we create.
Yeah. So, it's kind of like we were talking about New Year's resolutions. You know, we can say all day long, we're going to do this and we're going to do that.
Right.
But we've all experienced setting those sort of goals,
superficial goals, like you were telling me in the green room.
Yeah, they're more on the surface, and then within a week or two, they've all gone out the window.
Exactly.
So the teachings of yoga will tell us, we really need to work on this from the inside out, so that it becomes more deeply rooted intention in our subconscious in order to affect what's happening on the conscious level.
Because the subconscious is really the driver of the car.
Yes.
It's the conscious mind that's the passenger, but we think it's the opposite.
Right.
Because the subconscious mind it seems to be hidden.
Yes.
But it is literally the driver. So wherever the subconscious mind is going, the conscious mind has to follow.
Right. And then, as you say, the body, everything goes there.
Yeah.
And it's fun to think about, that everything starts in the mind.
Yes.
So if you have a thought, that's going to affect what you say in your words. And then what you say is going to affect what you do.
Yes.
And then what you do creates your reality.
Yes.
So it's just like this building that we're in right now. Before it became a building, somebody had to think of the idea. I want to have this great building here.
Yes.
And then they had to talk to somebody about it.
Yes.
And then they had to put steps into action to actually build it.
That's right.
So it's just a really tangible example that everything starts in our minds.
Right.
Our reality.
So I was studying at one point where it was talking about like thought is the father or the creator. Nothing starts without thought. And then, like you said, the spoken word and then the action. And then those things combined brings about the physical manifestation of that thought. It all goes back to the thought. Okay, we get so deep over here, but I love it. All right, you guys, stick around. We'll be back right after bottom of the hour news. And again, you're listening to Small Business Saturday Radio with Pamela Meriweather. We'll be right back.
The City of Columbia's Office of Business Opportunities supports small business owners. We help minority, women, and veteran-owned businesses with loans, technical assistance, education, and advocacy. We're here to help business owners avoid mistakes. Contact us with questions and let us help. For more information, call 803-545-3950 or visit obo.columbiasc.gov. Together, we are Columbia.
Looking for the perfect gift or a little something to brighten your day? Visit A Little Happy at 707 Saluda Avenue in 5 Points. Discover unique gifts, delightful accessories, and one-of-a-kind treasures, all carefully curated by our owner, Ashley Lindler. At A Little Happy, we believe in spreading joy through every item. So come on in, find your happy, and support local. Your next favorite thing is waiting.
Are you frustrated with the healthcare system and looking for a change? Then look no further. I'm Dr. Melissa Boylan with Noretta Family Medicine. We are a direct primary care office where we take the time to get to know you. For a reasonable monthly fee, we offer transparent billing and easy-to-access primary care for all ages. Noretta Family Medicine, cutting through the red tape of healthcare. Find out more by visiting NorettaFamilyMed.com. That's NORETA FamilyMed.com.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. I'm sorry. We are like two teenage girls in the studio talking about all kind of stuff during the commercial break. But I just looked at Pam because I realized it's business tip of the week. And you guys know I usually put my guests on the spot and say, you've got to give us a piece of information or a piece of wisdom, a tip to help us get through it. So particularly because Pam also, you know, even though she has a school and she's a mentor and she's an instructor and all these wonderful, a mother, a wife, all these things, right? She's also an entrepreneur. So from an entrepreneur's point of view and knowing all the hats we wear, what kind of tip would you give us for going into this year?
I think the main thing is to start to pay attention to your breath. Because the minute we turn our attention to our breath, we become present. So even if our breath is not in an ideal pattern, just bringing our attention to it is going to slow things down and make us present. And science has proven that the more moments we have where we're present, the more content we are.
You know what's interesting to me about the breath? It's like your heartbeat. It's happening, whether you're aware of it. You know you're breathing because let me tell you something. If something happens and your breathing gets cut off, you'll understand really quick how important your breath is.
Yes.
So it is our life force, literally. Like, if you're not breathing, you're not here. Okay? It's like the bottom line. And yet, a lot of us, and myself included, we don't pay attention to that. And you just said something. The moment you take the time to just focus on your breath, you are fully present.
Yes.
You are fully present. There is nothing else that will distract you. You are fully present. And the thing about it is that if you find yourself in a situation, and let's say you're unfortunate, I don't want this, I'm just putting this out there, folks, but something happens and a piece of food goes down your throat the wrong way and now your breath is cut off. You're fully focused then too on the power of your breath because it's been cut off.
Right.
I would much rather have moments where I am fully aware of my breathing, right? Than for me to be in a situation where I'm forced now to understand the value of my breathing.
Yes. And the beautiful thing is that scientists are really seeing this sort of as a new frontier, really learning so much more about the importance of how the breath is moving. So beyond being aware of it, then there's so many things we can start to learn from what our breath is telling us.
But you know, this is ancient because when we go back into, isn't this a part of Ayurveda?
Ayurveda and yoga teachings that go back, beyond the written word when these teachings were just passed down orally.
Right. And
yes, the breath is considered to be the most effective tool we have to affect our life force and our energy. Mm-hmm. And really all of the yoga postures that we do, everything else that we do that we call yoga is intended to shift the energy, to make it so that energy can move within our bodies in a healthy way so that all of our organs work well, so that our minds and our emotions can process well, our digestion works well. All of that is affected by how well energy is moving. And so that comes back to our breath.
The interesting thing about that too, I talked about it a little bit in the beginning of the show, but when you first start if you've never practiced yoga before and you first start to practice, your mind is so focused on, is my foot in the right place? This is where a good instructor knows how to align you, and that's something that we can touch on later. But to make sure that your physical posture is right. And the thing about it is that once you get that locked in, there's that memory that begins to happen. Like you automatically know. This is why alignment in yoga on the physical level is so important.
Yes.
Because if you've been trained throughout your practice to have your foot turned one way in Warrior One, the next thing you know, you wearing knee pads and stuff because your foot wasn't supposed to be in that direction. Yeah. But so alignment is very important. But then once that muscle memory is there, and now moving into these positions, like, the next step is being able to breathe through those postures.
Yes.
And that takes it to a whole nother level.
Yes.
Like when you're really focusing on your breath while you're in these postures, it is completely different from, am I doing downward facing dog right? It is so like uplifting, spiritual. You can feel it in your body.
Yes. And it's because you're starting to affect the neural pathways and the nervous system. So when we start affecting those two aspects of our physical bodies, then the shifts are profound and we feel them. And we might not be able to identify exactly why we feel better or what it was, but we know that there is a shift in a positive direction that we feel.
Okay, so let's touch on something a little bit personal for Miss Tazima. So I'm looking at my mentor over here, and I'm having all these flashbacks of all the benefits that I've lost since. Okay, so Pam, and this might be challenging, but just, why do some of us fall off the wagon, and then there are others that drive that train the whole journey like you have done and will continue to do? I can never, ever imagine you not practicing. It's like, that would be like, oh, she's transitioned. It's impossible. I cannot see that for you. But why is it that some of us, with all the benefits that you're getting from it, and then you get off the train?
Yeah, and it's so common, and this is really a human condition.
Okay.
And I think it's something, I have to, my husband would say, it's sort of telling myself a story that convinces me that I need to stay disciplined. So I think it's what we're, again, saying to ourselves inside that makes all the difference. And sometimes that is back into the subconscious. It's so deeply rooted, this driving force that may not be aligned with our real purpose and our best self, but it's sort of in the driver's seat. So the more work we do with our breath and with meditation, the more we can start to uncover, what is that thing in me that is self-sabotaging, that's keeping me from doing what I know is
beneficial to me.
And every human is experiencing that, because somewhere deep in our subconscious, there's another desire that's driving us in a different way.
That's deep too. And so my question to you then would be, so are you sharing with us that you two have had those moments where you thought about getting off the train, but you had to tell yourself the story as to why you need to stay on it?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
See,
that's the human condition you're talking about. We all go
through this. And, one of the things I think that first kept me on the path was starting to teach. Because I knew that I needed to keep learning in order to keep sharing. And, there's no way you can be a good teacher in my mind if you're not continuing to be a student. You know what?
One of my spiritual teachers a long time ago taught us this, that the best teacher is not the one with the most students. The best teachers are the teachers who help create more teachers. Right.
Yeah.
And that's how I see you, particularly with the school that you've created, because there is no way that a student is going to come out of that school and not understand. No. So when we come back, because we've got about a minute, we have got to talk about the school.
Yes.
And how people can participate in it. And tell everybody the name of the school and what we got 1 minute before we go on the break, and why why you created it.
Saki,
Yes.
Sakhi,
Yes.
yoga school. And Saki in Sanskrit means friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of the superpowers that every human has. Whether we exercise it or not is the question, but it is the power to be a good friend.
Right.
And the importance of that.
And, oh gosh, when we come back, we have got to, I really want to drill into why I think your school is just absolutely one of the best for people who, you don't have to become an instructor, but if you just want to really learn more about the practice, where it comes from, the benefits of it, the different paths, okay, the different types of yoga, all of these things, man. I mean, Pam was no joke. She wasn't like a drill sergeant. She was like a loving mother, was like, well, you need to do your homework. She didn't let you cheat. She wasn't like, okay, Tazima, I love you, so I'm going to tell you this is what the answers are. It's like, look, if you don't pass this, honey, you're going to have to take this all over again. But it was so worth it. So when we come back, we're going to talk about the Saki Yoga School and the benefits of it. And hopefully, if you're interested, you'll reach out to Pam and you can start your journey in that school. We'll be right back.
The City of Columbia's Office of Business Opportunities supports small business owners. We help minority, women, and veteran-owned businesses with loans, technical assistance, education, and advocacy. We're here to help business owners avoid mistakes. Contact us with questions and let us help. For more information, call 803-545-3950 or visit obo.columbiasc.gov. Together, we are Columbia.
Are you frustrated with the healthcare system and looking for a change? Then look no further. I'm Dr. Melissa Boylan with Noretta Family Medicine. We are a direct primary care office where we take the time to get to know you. For a reasonable monthly fee, we offer transparent billing and easy-to-access primary care for all ages. Noretta Family Medicine, cutting through the red tape of healthcare. Find out more by visiting NorettaFamilyMed.com. That's NORETA FamilyMed.com.
Are you looking for a luxurious way to pamper yourself? Look no further than Sunrise Artisan Bath & Body. Our plant-based soaps and lotions are designed to provide you with the ultimate experience. Our products are natural and nourishing, leaving you feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. So go ahead, treat yourself with Sunrise Artisan, which is more than a bath, it's an experience. Sunrise Artisan, located at 710 Saluda Avenue in 5 Points, or online at sunrisebath.com. Sunrise Artisan.
Looking for the perfect gift or a little something to brighten your day? Visit A Little Happy at 707 Saluda Avenue in 5 Points. Discover unique gifts, delightful accessories, and one-of-a-kind treasures, all carefully curated by our owner, Ashley Lindler. At A Little Happy, we believe in spreading joy through every item. So come on in, find your happy, and support local. Your next favorite thing is waiting.
All right, my mentor is in here dancing now. We're having a great time in the studio. Pamela Meriweather, not just a yoga instructor, but a mentor, the creator of the Saki School of Yoga, which I highly recommend if you want to learn more about the history of yoga, the benefits of yoga, the different types of yoga, the breathing, all of the different terms, and oh God, how to teach a class, what alignment is, how to align other people in class. Do you teach them if they're Vata body types, if they're Kapha body types, if they're Pitta? What kind of practice can you develop for these particular types of people? And I'm going to tell you right now, Pamela is going to be on with us quarterly, because I think that this is something that we can all benefit from. Yoga is so much more than what you do on your mat. And in my humble opinion, the one person that can get that across to the listeners is this young lady that is sitting across from me. And I know this from experience. So I am proud to announce that you will be hearing more from Pamela, because what she brings to the table is just priceless. And there's so much information that she can share with you that a 1 hour show is just not going to do it. So if you guys enjoyed this, believe me, you're going to enjoy what's going to be coming forward. And I'm just really honored and proud to welcome you to our Small Business Saturday Radio family, Pam.
Oh, I am just delighted to be part of this. It's going to be
amazing.
Feels so aligned with what our purposes are.
Yes.
Collectively.
And I keep getting chill bumps. I'm like, look at the chill bumps. Because to me, chill bumps represent when you're in alignment. When something, to me, it's like the ancestors are all in agreement and they're sending you that charge to let you know, yes, move forward in this direction. So I'm really excited about it. So let's get back to the school that you created. So the first thing I want to know, why did you create this school and what was your intention for it?
Well, my intention was to do exactly as you mentioned earlier, to create more teachers that could share the benefits of yoga. It's been so profound in shifting my life for the better that it was the best way I could think of to spread that light more so that others could find the peace and the calm and the strength and the sort of internal empowerment that can come with this practice. So that really inspired me. And it's just such a joy to share what we learn. It's the thing that my teacher has said to me all along and continues to say is the most important thing we can do is give away what we're given. Share what we are given.
Oh my gosh. My daughter's best friend and her little girl now live with me. And so she's like a daughter for me. And her daughter is my goddaughter. Like, I love her to death. And we were talking this morning before I left the house because she's got all this clothing and her little girl, she's got all this clothing for a little girl. And I was like, we were talking about getting rid of stuff. That all the stuff is weighing you down, right? So there's something else going on where you feel comfortable having all this stuff, but it's deeper than that. So I was like, maybe one of the things you can consider is that, bagging up a lot of the stuff and taking it to sister care. Because one of the things for women is that when you're able to put on something that, maybe it's outside of your price range but when you're putting on something that makes you feel good, or when you're able to put your child in clothing that makes them look so cute, it does something to your psyche. So I was telling her that I believe, because she's a Christian, that I believe when it says that it's better to give than receive, is that you're the one in the position of power to be able to give because you have it. Yeah. And the blessing is giving it to someone who may not in this moment have that. So this is why I don't do yard sales. This is why I don't, I'm going to sit all this stuff out and see how much money I can get. I would rather give things away to people that I know will appreciate it.
Yeah.
Than to sell it. I mean, why? My experience is so much cooler to get that feeling of me giving you something and you really appreciating that than me selling you something, if that makes sense.
Oh, completely. And I think, whatever motivates us to give is great. And whether, again, whatever it is great, but you're going to benefit by giving.
Yeah.
It's one of the best ways to lift our mood.
Yeah.
And in terms of just the information we're given, that's another way to give. And that's kind of what my teacher's alluding to is if you're taught something and you don't teach it to someone else,
right,
then that teaching is going to lose its life. So it's a way of sort of keeping alive this ancient wisdom.
I didn't even think of it like that.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That teaching is going to lose its life if we don't share it.
Yes.
Because there's no, Yes, there's no life force attached to it. The only way that it can live, it has to move on from human to human.
Right.
Oh, that is so deep. That would be thinking about that while making soap. Like, oh, you know what? Because I have had, you just gave me the answer to something. So this year I said to Zima, you're going to have to stop being afraid of sharing your secrets with soap making and skincare. You're going to have to stop being afraid. I'm just like, I don't know how though. I don't want somebody to, all the work that I put into this, and now they open up a shop and they're my competition. But the truth is, if I'm not sharing that, it's going to die with me.
Right.
And how does that benefit humanity down the road?
Yes. And it's just a great opportunity to practice overcoming our fear around there not being enough for everyone, because there is enough for everyone. And the more we give, the more there will be.
Oh, God, I'm so glad we're doing this at the beginning of the year, because I'm going to tell you honestly, I was just like, I told you in the green room, I'm going to close my shop, sell my house, and move to Costa Rica. It's like, I was so burnt out, and not burnt out from like being down there today. I'm loving it and making stuff again and everything, but just burnt out from what it feels like sometimes of being on a treadmill going nowhere.
Well, and I think what you're experiencing is not unique. I think everyone is feeling some degree of this because of this just frenetic energy that is around us.
Yes.
The pace at which things are moving, the chaos within which they are moving is draining for us.
Very draining.
And it's more draining when we focus on it so much.
Oh.
And it's hard not to, because it's everywhere we look, every screen we look on,
right.
every person we encounter. So it's even more important during these times that we take time to nurture and nourish ourselves.
Oh. Okay, we got 2 minutes. And you know what? Because I'm going to forget to do this, so I have to break this conversation and do it. But you'll be back. That's the good part.
Yes.
So even though I'm sad that the show is coming to an end today, because I just think it's such a beautiful vibe. Give the information out so that people can reach out to you.
Yes.
And you've already got your class going on, your Sake class for this year.
Right.
Right.
So there are 2 programs that I offer. One is a 200-hour yoga teacher training certification. Mm-hmm. There's one currently going on now. The next one will start in August or September of this year. So it's a good time to start thinking about that. It's a 9-month program.
Right.
At the end of it, then you'll be eligible to be a 200-hour certified yoga teacher.
If you pass the test.
Listen, it is my intention to make sure everyone leaves with what they need.
Right.
And that is my hope.
Yeah.
And then I'm also offering a more advanced program that will start in the summer, a 300-hour program, which you get after that 200-hour program.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so that's another 300 hours on top of that.
So and that what qualifies you to be the 500-hour certified instructor.
Yes.
So how can they reach out to you?
So if the best thing is to go to my website, Saki Yoga School, SAKHI yogaschool.com, and you can get all the information there, and there's a contact form. You can reach out to me there. That's the best way.
Okay.
I also teach classes on Tuesdays at the Rooted Yoga Studio on Rosewood Drive.
I love her. Yeah.
I know. I love that space.
Yes.
It is just so sweet and so sacred. So I'm there on Tuesdays at noon and at 6 p.m. So that would be another way to connect. And I am going to start offering virtual yoga therapy sessions in March this year.
You got a lot going on.
So
look at you.
There's a lot.
Okay, well, that's the end of the show. Well, I want to let you guys know you can always tune into our podcast, Small Business Saturday Radio, and we're definitely going to have that information up on how you can get in touch with Pam. Have a great weekend.